Hey, how's it going? I'm Nate from GCP Comics, and I'm coming back for another 2 hour grind. Today, I'm going to be inking one of these pieces. I got a couple things that I was working on that are out. So I'll be inking this Princess Hibana piece today. Um, talk about some things first, though. Get over to the work portion. Let's see, this weekend, November 19th, we got StellarCon going on. So GCP Comics will be making an appearance there. It'll be this Saturday. It's in Bel Air, Maryland, at the Harvard Community College. Should be pretty rad show. They got a lot of cool people. King Ezekiel from The Walking Dead. He also voiced Cyborg in the Teen Titans cartoon, I think. And Cal Dodd, the original Wolverine voice from the old school, I think the 90s X-Men, right? So that'll be pretty cool. I think they have Rufio over there from Hook. I don't remember his real name. Just that he played Rufio. But he'll be there. It's gonna be a cool little show. Last two times I did it, it was pretty rad. Good turnout. I'm excited to be there. I'll be drawing for people. I'm gonna have my comics. We'll have some T-shirts. Some of these bracelets. You know, a little bit of everything out there. And you can't see it. That'll be pretty cool. Cool little show. So I'm looking forward to that. But for today, let's get started on the 2 hour grind. A couple of my recent pieces that are available. Got this rad little chainsaw man. This piece, inking this one today. This one might get scanned in and get some coloring going on. Got one more thing that I'll try to work on, depending on how long, with the 2 hour grind, how long things take me. I'm going to try to get situated and get started. Right, let's see. So when inking, probably talked about it before in my videos, and I'll talk about it probably every time, just because it's important to repeat some of those things, but how I work isn't necessarily the right way, the wrong way. It's just how I do things, right? You might get a tip here or there that actually play out and make it work for you, but you might be like, that's ridiculous that you're doing it a way that's twice as hard or something, twice as long, right? That's alright too. But I'm going to show you how I do things when I ink. I'm going to leave it kind of line worky on this one. I'm not going to go into like the shadows and things. I do want to scan this one in. I'm thinking I'm going to color it digitally. I think it's turning out pretty nice so far with the pencils. So I like to start with a thicker outline around the whole figure, kind of in an Art Nouveau style, like Alphonse Mucha-esque, like, and then you see it from some people like Adam Hughes and some of those other artists that take some reference from there or some influence, right? This marker is dying, so I forgot about that. That is sad. I will buy a new one. I do like to use, I always make sure when I pick one of these that it is water resistant. Sometimes I'll do like the ink washes over top of them, things like that. And that's really important for me, at least, to keep in mind when I grab some of these pens. I've used a couple, even if they say waterproof, and I've gone over them and not as pretty sometimes. If anybody's watching Fire Force or did watch Fire Force, I'm a little late to the game, but it's pretty awesome. I have not finished the first season yet, but I'm up there pretty far. Now her leg is overlapping her arm, right, and like her lower torso, so I will use this thick line to go into that area too, because there's a way that I like to work where things in front of it, right, if it's overlapping, thicker outline on the hand, that's, you know, the thing that's closest. I would do a thicker outline. It brings it forward, it makes it more bold, just like a word that stands out in paper. When you're writing a paper or something, you know, you make that bold word so it stands out. It kind of pulls it forward. So I'm going to go ahead and do that whole leg. Just the outside edge though. I will go in and work on the finer lines with the smaller, skinnier width pen. Same thing with this one. Now this one is actually coming out closer than this other leg that I just did, so I might try actually to even go a little bit thicker. If this if this pen can survive that long, that is. Hopefully, well, my watch is beeping at me. I'm gonna charge that real quick, because that's always fun when it dies. I honestly don't think this is going to make it, this whole picture. I might have to switch it out. I do not have this exact marker though in another. It's going to be a different type of pen, but still just inking Princess Hibana from Fire Force. I don't want to spoil how far I am if anybody hasn't watched it that does want to watch it, but it gets pretty good. It's been kind of fun, you know, it's like a little different. Some of my favorite animes are those little different ones, like Death Note's my favorite. One of my favorites, should say. Ninja Scroll is probably my top. Ninja Scroll is amazing. But recent animes, like, that's not even recent. Man, that's like probably 15 years old now. 10, nah, 12, I don't know. But Death Note was awesome. One of my favorites. Alright, so I'm really trying to get the legs pulled forward. So I did one. It is a little bit thicker, but it's still not, doesn't quite have that pop. So front half, I'm going to go one more time, thickening it. Try to pop it forward. You might not even be able to tell that it's getting thicker. So I'm just barely going any closer. Alright.
Pass this time around, okay?
I didn't realize the title was wrong on this thing. When did that happen? Played yesterday.
Okay.
Guess I gotta fix that.
Okay.
Not playing Call of Duty, man. Come on. I didn't realize the title was wrong on this thing. When did that happen? Played yesterday. Guess I gotta fix that. Comcast was apparently in my area today. Doesn't seem like it actually helped much of anything, but Continue this. Alright, Princess Hibana. Working through it, trying to thicken these legs, the lines around the legs up. Thicken the legs up. No, thicken the lines that I already inked. So I was using a marker. It was pretty low on ink. I didn't really care for how the quality is turning out on it. So I'm just going back over it, thickening them a little bit. So I want to pop those lines forward. And I do it sometimes with the illusion by using like a thicker outline around them. Things that are in the foreground are popping forward. Thinner lines going back in space. Finer details, of course, would also be done for thinner lines. People that I was talking about that are not waterproof. Let's see, so she's got her dress coming down. Around. So thicker outlines around the outside edge. Thinner lines in different parts. Overlapping lines. Thicker lines on top. Pop them forward. Got some eraser dust underneath or something. Right, so this is going kind of back to the thin lines. I gotta rotate my paper all the time. It's the way my wrist works, right? Moves in a certain way, you can kind of get that muscle memory. Going around certain curves and things are easier if you just let your wrist do the work. So I'll talk about it again. StellarCon's coming up on Saturday. I'm excited. I always like cons, man. Going, hanging out, talking to people, talking comics, creating art. Commissions are always available if anybody's ever watches and wants something drawn. I do them all the time. Especially if it's a fun character. Gotten some not so funs at times. They're like, draw somebody and it's not as cool as the character as I hope for, but every character is kind of cool in their own way once you get to learn them. But we all have our favorites. I think I gotta go over that hand a little bit more and fix that. This fur lining to her coat will be done with a different line as width as well. fuzz. Boom, 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 boom. Fuzz around there. That'll be a little straight line there. Back to the fur of the coat. Down here will not be, so I can do this. So because it changes texture, I'll probably switch it up when I get around there. Hi, thank you. Some of the, I have no idea what that is. Donut Raid. Awesome. Drawing a little bit. Princess Hibana from Fire Force, if you've seen it. It's pretty rad. I'm a little late to it, of course, but that's how it is sometimes when you don't get to watch as much as you want to. So, inking away. Thank you. So I like to start, so I drew it with it'll look like a normal Bic pencil, but I do blue ink, or blue lead inside of them. Just because it's more fun that way. So I flip it out, switch out for the blue lead. Blue lead's entertaining to me sometimes. I like how it looks. And it's supposed to not, or it's supposed to be easier to select when you want to take it out of a scan in. It's up for negotiation if that actually works or not though. And then she is like sitting on a couch at the firehouse thing. They got a couch in there. Alright, so I'm gonna switch pens out. Go a little bit smaller with the line width. Yeah, it's pretty rad. I like doing it too. I go back and forth. Sometimes it's black and white, right? Like sometimes I like the regular pencils too, right? So it's just fun to switch it up at times. Like I did this Chainsaw Man. I have no idea where I put the lid to this pen. It is going to have to sit right here for now. Just some quick zigzags and things in here for some fur. I'll add more detail to it when I go back in with a thinner thinner line work, or thinner width on the pen next time around. Anybody got any other favorite animes they like right now? Heard about like Spy Family's good. I haven't seen it yet. Still watching My Hero though. I dig that one. I always usually just revert back to my old school Ninja Scroll and Akira. Just watched Akira again the other day. Can't go wrong with Akira. Depending on how close things get to the viewer, right? So some of this is a little bit closer, so I'm gonna make them a little bit thicker lines, pushing those lines back further for other things. Smaller details, smaller lines, thinner lines. Line width is very important to me, at least. Awesome. Yeah, I haven't started it, but I've been hearing good things. It'll be on my list. It's on the playlist already. I think it's on Hulu now, or at least that's where I think I saw it on Hulu. There's so much good stuff coming out, though. It's hard to keep up all the time. Oh, that's what that was. Whoops. Okay. That was her pouch. I need to fix that. That's where the mistakes come in. So I forgot her pouch over here. I'll fix that. And her dress is supposed to wrap around the leg a little different. I feel like I'm a little delayed on this. Not helping. Now my camera seems to be a little slow for some reason. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Enjoy. Sleep is important. So for this part, wrapping those lines around, going around the form, always important, especially with like shading and things, adding texture to the collar, right? So Princess Hibana's got like a big fluffy jacket around her, Fire Force jacket. So I'll go in there with like a smaller size brush to get some of that stuff. Always have a difficulty with chins. Not sure why. Sliding around, I don't know what it is. It's like one of those hard angles to hit. getting a little delay for some reason in my camera, so wanted to reset it. Doesn't make sense when I'm talking about something and it's not actually showing that, so it's like, alright. Probably gets there afterwards. I can't tell if it's delaying that bad, but alright,